Okay, here's a little example to help you with number 6 on the homework 7A. They want us to make a probability chart and to tell them how many, what are the chances of getting like 0 heads, 1 head, 2 head, 3 head, 4 heads out of 5 coins flipped. Okay, I'm going to do it with 4 coins flipped rather than just give you straight up the answer. I'll just do it with 4 coins. Okay, so we're going to start with 0 heads, 1 heads, 2 heads, 3 heads, or 4 heads. Okay, now the first thing you're going to do is figure out how many heads, how many solutions you're looking for. So in this case, if I have 4 coins that I'm flipping, for my first coin, I have 2 possibilities, right? Heads or tails. Next coin, 2 possibilities. Next coin, 2 possibilities. Next coin, 2 possibilities, right? Each one has 2 possibilities, right? So I have a total of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. There are 16 different possibilities that are different ways I can flip these coins. Okay, so we're going to start off, we're going to first look at 0 heads. 0 heads would be tail, 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 right? And then I'm just going to write down the opposites of each of these. So 4 heads would be H, 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 H. Notice that those are like the opposite of each other, right? Okay, then here I have 1, if I'm looking for 1 head, I could have a head and 3 tails. The head would go first. I could have a tail and then a head and 2 more tails. So my H is just going to move down the row, okay? Okay, and then I can write down the opposites of these. So that would be having 3 tails. I mean 3 heads. So tail, head, 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 or head, tail, head, 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 tail, head. Okay, so those are the different ways I can have those. Then for my number 2, 2 is going to come out with, actually we're going to end up duplicating things, but if I have 2 heads, I can go head, head, tail, tail, or I can go tail, head, head, tail. Again, I'm just kind of moving these down. Or I can go tail, tail, head, head. Excuse me. The other choice is to go tail, head, tail, head. Okay, and then I'm going to write down the opposites of these. Head, head. Oops, just kidding. Tail, tail, head, head. Head, tail, tail, head. Head, head, tail, tail. Or head, tail, head, tail. Now, if I count these up, I've got 8 right here, 8 right here, and then I have 2 extras. I got 18, and I only need 16. So that tells me something. I have some duplicates here that happen on my 2s because there are different ways, but this is the same. I have a tail, tail, and a head, head there, and a tail, tail, head, head there. So I only need one of those, so I'm going to cross this one out. And I also don't need this one because I have that there, so I will cross this one out. Okay, the rest of them should be unique, and that gets me to my total of 16. And then I'm going to fill out my chart up here. So 0, I have a 1 out of 16 chance of getting 0 heads. To get 1 head, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a, whoops, that's supposed to be 16. I have a 4 out of 16 chance of getting 4 tails. And the 3 is also the same, 4 out of 16. Okay, my 2s, I have a 6 out of 16 chance of getting one of these. And my 4 is the same as my 0, which is 1 out of 16. So I'm going to do these on my calculator. Excuse me. Just to show you, I just want to show you how to Oh, here's my calculator. You guys can't see it. Here it goes. 1, whoops. 1 divided by 16. And I get 0.0625. You have to write all of those numbers out, and you can't leave it in decimal form, in fraction form. They want you to write it out and round it. Okay, so I'm not going to write the rest of these out, but you would if you were doing the fives. Let me give you a few hints on the fives. So obviously we're going to have a different solution here, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, but have one more there. So I'm going to have 32 choices for the fives. Not very fun to work out here, but if you set up your chart kind of like this with your opposites, then you'll be good to go. Remember on this one, oh dear, sorry, excuse me, my throat's all clogged up. On this 5-1, the ones that are hard to find for me, because what I usually do is shift my ones down. So like if I'm looking at, I'm going to draw a line here so you don't get mixed up. So here are my fives. So say I wanted to have, if I had 5 coins and I was looking for 2 heads, I could have head, head, tail, 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 head, head. And again, I'm going to move. Uh-oh, something's going wonky here. Uh-oh. Let me try that again. So that was tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, 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 head, head. Those were the easy ones for me. Then you have an alternating one, tail, head, tail, head, tail. Then you have them where you might have 2 H's together but with T's or 2 T's in between them. So these have 1 T in between. Now I'm going to find some more that have 2 T's in between. So I could have tail, head, tail, tail, head, right? I could also have head, tail, tail, head, tail. So I can actually just write that in reverse order. And I can also have H's with 3 T's in between them. Okay, so that was pretty hard for me to find all of those. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I get 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I missed one. Oh, I didn't do the opposite. Oh, maybe I did. Anyway, you can find them. So there'll be 32 that you're looking for, but just remember there are a lot of different ways to divide those in between. So hopefully this helps you get on the right track for that, and you're looking for 32 answers, and hopefully hopefully you can figure them out. They're pretty tough, but you just got to think your way through it. So good luck.